And you can say, oh, where's my 206? What do I need on that little thing? This little blue guy is actually the one that goes into there. That'll be the right size. Like that. And if you get the right one of this and you pull that out, right? Hey, it's a little shorty guy, right? Go like that. Gonna fit perfectly. Gone. One-time use. You're never getting them back. Don't try to save them. They're not that cheap, but they're not that expensive either. I think they're like 18 bucks or 20 bucks or something like that, right? You open this up. If this is last year's jar, as this is, channel locks large pliers because it will have set. Now it should, it's not that it's hardened, but it's gook on a thread, right? So get it undone. If these two ever meet, the whole can is dead by next year. I mean, it's just not going to work, right? But you take this off, you take this off, right? And we're just going to set these up. They have a little tape over the top. We're going to use these up completely, so I'm just going to get rid of those. Obviously, save them if it's your real classroom, because you might go through only 2/3 of a can, and this is expensive enough you want to save it.
This guy should be on the food channel, what do you think?
Yeah.
It's fine from year to year. By the way, shelf life, I think they advertise it as like a 2-year shelf life. That's if you're actually building an airplane out of it, okay? I don't care if it's 4 years old. We're making some little crap to put in a machine to learn about engineering. I mean, what do I care, right? But you just screw this on there. Wherever the thread starts, there we go. Wow, that is gummed up. There we go. Okay, screw this one on there. Kid tips a whole jug over. It just cost me money, right? So do all this prep in advance in the back room or something if you can. All right, here's where the magic happens. Whoever's going to get your goo is going to be like this. Don't goo till everything else is set, right? Because as soon as these hit each other and you start mixing, you're on a clock. Now the clock to full hardness is like 24 hours. But the clock working time is reasonably more like 20 to 25 minutes. And it just gets too thick that when you pull, you're ripping everything apart rather than smoothly spreading. So I'm going to say, okay, are you guys ready? And the answer is no, right? So what are we going to do? Somewhere else, what you have to do for your own tables is you have to come together and you have to say, you know, I'm good to go. Big scissors would be really nice. There you go. And I'm going to save myself some mess. So I'm going to make a little place where I can model cleanup all the way through. So I'm just going to make a second layer. You don't need that, right? But we might. And what do I got to do over there? Tape it, get done, etc. What I need, and I did not find more of this, but we don't need a whole lot. This is the actual fiberglass, okay? And so same thing, we need to set up somewhere separate where you can like spread this out and you guys can get to it without like mecking everything up. This is, if you look at it, it's a weave. So this is bi-directional. We just call it bi. And, or bid, B-I-D, you'll see that when you order it. It's in the purchasing manual and you buy it by the roll, and so you got a ton of it. But what we're going to do is make beams that are basically this size, okay? So we're going to take this and it's going to wind up on the surface of that beam, okay? So it's 2 inches wide, your foam is 2 inches wide. Okay? Hey, it's like somebody thought ahead, right? And this is about 1 foot long, so you're going to need a strip about 1 foot long. But, anybody ever do fiberglass? What do you do with it? You don't do a single layer. It's called laying it up, right? And so you put layer on top of layer. So what I'm going to do is get 1 layer on here, and then I'm going to come back and put a second, and then I want a third, but on the other side, and then a 4th. So you're going to cut 4 pieces of this, 1 foot long, and I'm going to do it with tremendous precision, right? Because I don't care. I'm going to cut one 1 foot long. I'm going to cut another one 1 foot long. I'm going to cut another one 1 foot long, another one 1 foot long. And I'm going to get these all ready over there. And then I'm going to come to this monstrosity.
Uni.
This is called uni, U-N-I, or unidirectional. And uni, like unicycle, means? One. There are just enough fibers going this way to have them play friendly. Yeah, right. Look at this rat. Right? Almost all the fibers, like 95, 96%, I don't know, you can tell when you order it, almost almost all the fibers are going this direction. What I want, when the foam goes on there, I want all those fibers to go span-wise. What did I maybe just make in my airplane? The grain in the wood when your gliders, see how things connect? Mm-hmm. Which way do I want the fibers to go? Span-wise, right? Bidirectional, half of them are. Half of them aren't. But I want this to go span-wise. So what I need is to cut it off to 1 foot in length and then cut the 2-inch wide sections. And it will be a mess. Do your absolute best, but there's going to be threads all over the place. This is the stuff that makes just a horrible rat's nest, which is why I don't demo with it.
Your students will cut it the wrong way.
Oh
so
my
be
God,
careful.
It'll fall apart like completely.
They will cut it the wrong way.
All right, am I ready? Let's see, I got 4 of those. I got 4 of these, right? And then I got, wait a minute, I'm going to make a beam like that. And wouldn't it be nice to see if it's not about the fiberglass, but it's about the geometry of the arrangement? I-beams, anyone? Link to POE? How far apart are the faces is just as important as how much material is in the actual ends of the I-beam, right? So maybe I'm going to go like that. Well, I'm guessing I'm going to need a whole lot more of this then, aren't I? I'm going to need 4 of these, and I'm going to need 4 more, and I'm going to need 4 more, right? I need a total of 12 of these because 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom, 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom. And wouldn't it be nice to test if just this stuff is strong enough on its own? So maybe all 4 laid up with nothing in the middle, right? So now we have a fairly complex research project just by laying them up. So I'd be ready on these, and then you'd have another set for the uni, right? So you can have all this stuff ready to go. You're going to work in teams of 4. So we're actually going to, I'll make a little chart and throw it on the board. In your group of 4, you're going to make 5 beams. Somebody gets to make the second one, okay? But you will get messy, and you will lay up 1 beam. If you want to do just the fiberglass, go ahead. You want to do the 1-inch or the 2-inch? Fine, you go right ahead. I'm going to lay up just the nothing in the middle, just because it wastes the least amount of material. And by the way, this is not available in Tyler, Texas. You cannot go to Home Depot and buy this. Last year they went on, we said, we need foam, the 2-inch construction. There is over in the other room, some, unfortunately, fiberglass reinforced foam with foil coating on the outside. Worst stuff we could ever get to use. And there's 2 huge sheets, and they charge a ridiculous dollar amount. Okay, get a friend from Oklahoma or Austin.
Yeah, Austin, Texas. You can go to Home Depot or Lowe's. You can get that stuff, but it's only in 1 inch. So what I do is I take 2 big sheets of 1 inch. I use spray adhesive. I slap them together and I let them dry. And there's my 2-inch. Now that's not rigid engineering, but it's okay for government work.
Yep. Is it because it's so hot here, or they just don't make it?
You can buy a 4x8, or you can buy a 4x4, I think. You can buy a 2x2 at Home Depot.
Yeah. Up by me, it's 4x8 sheets. It's the cheapest, and you just cut it. You can cut it on a bandsaw. Dust remediation. Foam dust sticks to everything, and so you need a really good vacuum, and you'll be cleaning up for weeks. But it does cut really fast on a bandsaw.
Use a sharp knife. It's better. Don't use a bandsaw.
That too.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm ready, right? You guys ready? Yeah, okay, cool. You want to have 2 cups going? I don't care. Here's the thing. When you first start the pumps, notice what happens? Nothing. Okay? This is a calibrated pump. Never do a partial pump. Always all the way down from all the way up. So I got to go down.
I came up with that phrase, prime the pump. Okay, there it is.
There you go. Oh, there we go. It just started. Okay? Technically, that's waste. I'm not going to do that. We don't care, right? Lucky if you like our kids. Okay, anyway. So I'm going to prime this one. Oh, there it goes. Okay? So now they're ready. Kid comes up. I'm good. Cool. Pump, 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 pump.
Oh, my goodness.
Kidding me. We got 20 minutes to work. How about 1? How about 2? You can always come back, right? 1, 2. All the way down, all the way up. Stir, stir, stir. You don't have to go absolute crazy, but you do want to be scraping the bottoms and scraping the edges because we got to get all that little hardener molecule stuff to get up with a buddy of the resin, right? Everybody's got to find a buddy in the right ratio. And as soon as I think we're pretty good, 30 seconds, whatever. Just stir like crazy. They like this part, right? What do I got to do? I find the easiest thing to do is to make a mess. Right? Use it like a spatula. You're cooking, right? There you go. And then take one of these foot-long pieces and just throw it in the puddle. They call it wetting the fiberglass. Why? Take a look at that. you can see all the fibers, right? It looks like something. When it gets wet, take a look at that. What does it do as soon as it's wet? It turns translucent, and it looks like it is completely filled with my resin, and I haven't even done anything. Now I'm going to come back and I'm going to add a little bit more to the top, right? Especially where I don't see any spatula. And I'm going to use my little tongue depressor here, and I'm just going to get in there. I'm going to spread this all out. I'm going to give it a little smushiness. That's a technical term, right? And I'm just going to go like, holy God, it disappeared, right? That is a fully wet piece.
Yes, sir.
Why did I leave so much on there? Don't I want to save the excess? Not yet, because what am I going to do almost immediately?
Put another one on top.
I'm just going to put another one on the top anyways and give it a little push and stuff like that. Even on bidirectional, when you get to the ends, if you pull off the end, you're going to be pulling off fibers. So near the ends, I'm trying to smash and go towards the middle and use my other fingers and stuff. But notice, even just setting it on there, it's wetting itself, right? Put a little pressure on it, see if you really need a little bit more. I'm guessing I'm almost going to have enough on here.
They have 5 volatiles. You're going to get your.
I don't really need much more. There's a little extra on the edge. I'll just scoop that up. And I'm going to get that completely wet. It looks gorgeous, right? If this was a foam core that's sitting right over here, I carefully get this up with 2 layers. I put it on the side, and I just smush it to make sure it's kind of on there. I do that again. Now this is where it gets tricky, right? It's a little bit messy over here. What I'm going to have to do is flip this over and put it on the other side. So I have 2, foam, 2. Now what do I do with this monstrosity, right? It's got goo all over it. Well, one is either when you transfer it on or before you transfer it on, try to get as much of the excess off as possible, because what we're going to do is squeeze this, and all the extra is just going to leave anyways, right? So I often will just go in here and take the popsicle stick, hold the ends a little bit, and give it a little pull across, and you'll see I just got a whole lot of puddle, okay? There's not too much on there. So when this is put together, it shouldn't be too gooey. It shouldn't be dripping. It should be wet, but not soaked. What we're going to have to do is go make a press, which I didn't model in advance, but out in the hallway there'll be another sheet of plastic, and all we're going to do is it's going to be open. I'm going to put a label on it, and it's going to say something like bidirectional 1 inch, uni 1 inch. You're going to take your beam and you're just going to set it on the plastic so that we can come back and fold the plastic in half over the top, and you're going to line them all up side by how thick they are so that we can put that table on top. So we're going to press all of the 2 inches together. We're going to press all of the 1 inches together. We're going to press all of the nothings together. You seeing a problem in advance?
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you know yours from everyone else's? Take the Sharpie before you even start. You can do it right on the foam because it's going to show right through the wet resin. Okay? So Sharpie this first and put the fiberglass over the top. Don't try to label it later. Okay? And we'll be good. So we're going to get everything out in the hall. It's going to be pressed. It's going to sit for 24 hours. Then we'll come back and we'll do it. When we're done, right, I'm going to have a cup of goo. I'm going to have a totally messy area. I'm going to be like, is everything out there? Yeah. Are we completely done? Yes, I'm completely done. Grab in the middle. Scrunchy, scrunchy. Right? Middle. This one, let it flip inside out. Just throw it on the top. Don't even try. We're not going to save a dang thing. Popsicle sticks are cheap. Cups are cheap. Everything's cheap in comparison to cleanup. You go like that, you go like that, you go like that, and now my entire lab is cleaned up. We're going to need a bigger garbage can or a garbage bag, but I'll find one. And that's it. We're clean. Same thing.